It's time to start your morning by taking 5. Here's your host, Matt McMaster.
You're listening to Take 5, a quick 5-minute take on the biggest things happening in Nebraska sports. I am your host, Matt McMaster, and today we are talking about transfer portal season. The Creighton Bluejays have dipped their toes once again in the portal and picked up a point guard they desperately needed. His name is Nick Graves, hailing from Charlotte. Graves last season in Charlotte was pretty impressive. He ended up having 17 points per game, a little bit over 2 assists. Not the best shooter. He only averaged 32% from three-point land last season, but was the top option in Charlotte, one of the best scorers in the American with 17 points per game, was expected to do a lot for that team. And I think that is really good experience for what he's going to be expected to do here in Creighton. He's going to be taking over the role of Stephen Ashworth, or at least it seems as if he's going to be taking over the role for Stephen Ashworth here, which is a massive loss for the Blue Jays. And to have 63 starts like he has had, and to have been relied upon to do as much as he's been relied upon to do at the D1 level, you can't make that experience up. You know, you can't fake that. This guy has played a lot of basketball, a lot of high-stakes basketball, has scored at a very high level in a conference that, yeah, is it the Power 5? No, but still is nothing to sneeze at. And so I think Graves is overall a really good pickup. I still think there is work to do here for the Blue Jays in terms of what they're going to be able to add next to him. Like I said, Graves, not the best three-point shooter. And you kind of have to remember back to pre-Ryan Kalkbrenner that Greg McDermott's offense, has always been predicated, on the ability to shoot the three, but even more so now with how they're going to have to really change the style of play that they have, considering Kalkbrenner is gone. It'll be apparent in my eyes for Graves to not only just take a step as a playmaker, but also take a step as a shooter to spread that floor. 32%, like I think the exact number is 32.8%. And it's not as if he wasn't taking a lot of three-point shots. He was averaging close to 6 3-point shots per game last season. So definitely something that is going to need to take a step up. But overall, a guy with a lot of experience who's had a lot on his back, a lot that has had to command an offense and be a playmaker and be a high-volume scorer. And so I think it's a really good addition for Creighton. We'll see where the rest of the dominoes fall. Josh Dix is the next target for Creighton that they've been working on for a little bit. Dix is an Iowa transfer who's still considering going back to Iowa at this point in time. Kansas and Illinois are other options for the guard, the 6'5" guard who talk about a three-point shooter, right? What Graves lacks in, Dix strives in over 40% from three-point land last season for the Hawkeyes. He would be an absolutely perfect fit, not only just for Greg McDermott's offense, but also right next to Graves. And so if they're able to secure Dix in the next coming days, that would be a massive home run for the Blue Jays, and you'll finally start to see the transfer portal window and team kind of fill out through the transfer portal window for Creighton. If that develops, you're still going to need to find someone to replace Jemiah Neal, who was a massive addition for Creighton, who played a major role for the team last season, especially after Pop Isaacs had gone down with an injury. But this is a new era of Creighton basketball with Ashworth and Kalkbrenner done and dusted, and I think that Graves is a very good addition to that. And I think that, there's no teacher or no more value than experience when it comes to college basketball. And Graves has certainly a lot of it. And I think that his prowess and poise and just ability to run an offense is going to be something that's greatly appreciated at Creighton. They still need to find some other pieces around him. I think that he and Owen Freeman will match up very well together. But it really will come down to defense for this team next season. But they add a playmaker, they add a guard with a ton of experience. Now you're hoping they can add another one in Dix and really see this roster fill out. But it was a step in the right direction and a big win for Greg McDermott and the Creighton Blue Jays today. Alrighty, I've been Matt McMaster, and that's been Take 5.